All right, our second program of the night is Gunsmoke, and this comes from the first season of the program on radio. And it's a terrific show to listen to, not only just because of the seasonal nature of it, but it also gives you, if you've never heard of Gunsmoke before, it gives you a really good idea of the cast and the characters within the program. So without further ado, let's go back to December 20th of 1952 for A Christmas Story on Gunsmoke.
Around Dodge City and to the territory west, there's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with a U.S. Marshal and the smell of gun smoke. Gunsmoke, starring William Conrad, the story of the violence that moved west with young America, the story of a man who moved with it, Matt Dillon, United States Marshal.
Everything was all right until about a mile north of the Cimarron. That's when my horse got a hoof caught in a frozen dog hole and broke his leg. So I had to shoot him. It made me awful sad. I didn't feel any better thinking about the walk ahead of me. Close to 40 miles to Dodge and carrying my saddle all the way. I guess I'd been on the trail about an hour. Near as I can figure, it was around 3 in the afternoon when I eased the saddle off my shoulders for a rest and a smoke. And that's when I saw a stranger riding up from the way I'd come. He was tall and thin, and his horse was taller and even thinner. Yeah, they made quite a pair.
Hi,
Well, how are you?
you're lost?
No, my horse busted his leg a ways back. I'm on my way to Dodge.
Oh, that's your horse, huh? Yeah, I saw it. On your way to Dodge, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Got any more of that tobacco?
Oh, yeah, sure. Here you are.
Thanks a lot.
That's okay.
Kind of a big walk you got ahead, ain't it?
Kinda.
It's gonna be dark soon. You thinking about making a camp?
Yeah, that's the idea.
Well, it's too bad. You need any food?
Oh, no, thanks. I've got enough.
Well, I thank you for the tobacco.
Sure, anytime.
Hey,
Yeah?
not saying this beast won't drop dead from the shock, but do you want to climb on behind? Save you a piece of boot leather for a while anyway.
Well, I'd be much obliged if you think that animal of yours can carry us.
Well, she won't mind. Should have been dead a long time ago, except she don't know it. She don't mind.
Well, okay, thanks. Say here, will you hold my saddle till I get up, huh?
Sure, come in here. Can you manage that saddle?
Yeah, I got it. Well, let's go. You heading for Dodge, too?
Not in particular, just north.
Uh-huh.
This beast will do about 10 knots with the wind behind her, but we ain't gonna get more than 5 with this load. You ain't in no hurry, are ya?
Well, I was kind of hoping to get back tonight. It's Christmas Eve, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
That backbone of hers sticking into you?
Oh no, it's okay, thanks.
Notice that tin doojigger tied to you. You the law?
Yeah, I'm a U.S. Marshal. My name's Matt Dillon.
That's so. I've never seen a marshal on foot.
Well, it happens sometimes.
How is it you're down this way? Ain't it a mite off your course? You marshaled down here as well as Dodge?
Oh, no. I just took a prisoner across the Cimarron into Oklahoma territory. Turned him over to the Army there.
Did, huh?
And then he shut up tight. We must have ridden a couple of miles without a word. I got to thinking about Dodge and Chester, Doc, Kitty, and the rest of them. You know, there's something pretty special about any place at Christmas time. The backbone of the stranger's nag was just about to split me in two when he talked up.
My name is Cowley, Amos Cowley. We'd better heave to a spell. She's breathing mighty hot. All right, hold up.
Well, it's getting a little chilly, isn't it?
Yeah. Could I trouble you for another smoke?
Oh, sure. Here you are.
I thank you. Say, what's it like in Dodge?
What?
Dodge, what's it like?
Oh, it's like any other town, I guess.
Pretty big, huh?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Not so big as New York, though.
Oh, no. Not as big as that.
You know, I haven't been in a big town now for more than 10 years.
Oh, is that so?
Nope. Been down the territories, drifting. Thought I'd move up north this time. Maybe go back east.
Oh, you're from the east, huh?
Sometime back. Say, what's it like?
What?
Dodge, any town at Christmas. Same as it used to be?
Well, I guess so.
What do you do?
Well, same as most people, I guess. What most people do at Christmas.
Well, that ain't saying a lot. What are the folks like, and what does it look like? I just kind of like to know.
Well, I don't know. Well, there's Front Street. That's most Dodge right now. Of course, it's getting bigger all the time.
You have any kids?
Oh, no, I'm not married.
Ah, kids. Kids have fun at Christmas.
Yeah, they do. Well, that's certain. In Dodge, they sometimes have a party for the kids a couple of days before Christmas. The kids like that. And then everybody gets feeling good, looking forward to Christmas Eve. Like last year. There was snow on the ground, but the sky was clear. You could even see the stars. I was going down the street to the Texas Trail to meet Chester and Doc. Well, Chester, he's my deputy, and Doc's the doctor in town. We had some work to do later on in the evening. You could see the light shining behind the curtain windows, and almost everybody had a sprig of holly berries hanging up. They got some from the east a couple of days earlier. Well, I remember running into John Bumby. He's kind of a general handyman in Dodge. He never says much, but he sure had a lot to say that night.
Oh, hello, Marshal.
Oh, hiya, John.
Lovely night for Christmas Eve, isn't it?
It certainly is, John.
Yeah.
Pretty fine night.
Peace on earth and goodwill to men. Hey, Mr. Dillon?
Yeah, that's the way it should be, John.
You know, Marshal, this is going to be quite a night for me. Yes, sir.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, sir. Tonight, I'm asking Ms. McNish to become Mrs. Bumby.
What? Why, John, I didn't know that.
I know, it's been a mighty fast secret, but I'm popping the question tonight.
Well, I wish you a lot of luck, John. Hey, I'll tell you what. Come by to the Texas Trail later and we'll have a drink on it.
I will. I really will, Marshal. You're good and kind, Marshal, good and kind. Merry Christmas, Marshal Dillon. Merry Christmas.
Well, same to you, John. Well, that may sound kind of funny to you, but John Bumby's a good man. A little peculiar sometimes, but good as they come. And they don't make enough like him. Of course, almost everybody in Dodge expected Doc and Ms. McNish were sweet on each other, but it just goes to show you. I'll tell you about John and Ms. McNish a little later. So I went on down the street. You know, it's a funny thing about those words, Merry Christmas. Men say it to each other, and well, it makes them feel kind of good.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I used to be a seafaring man myself, and when you're on the sea and it comes to Christmas, things like that can, well, they can count a lot. Well, we might as well get underway again, huh?
Oh, sure. You want to take my saddle?
Yeah, give it here.
There we are. Give it to me, eh?
I guess you'll miss it in Dodge tonight, I mean, won't you?
Well, if you could get a little more out of this nag of yours, we might make it.
Oh, there's not a chance. She'll be on her beam ends pretty quick. She's been on a long reach since sunup.
Oh.
Mighty bare country up this way.
Oh, it depends on what you're used to, I suppose.
Oh, it's mighty bare where I've been too. It's not like the sea. That's always different.
Well, how come you left it? I always heard a sailor doesn't ever get it out of his blood.
The sea? Guess you can get it out of your blood, all right. If you got the right reason, you can.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, you trying to get something out of me?
Why, no, get what? I was just remarking that...
If you want to ride with me, I don't want any talk about the sea.
Well, you brought it up.
Oh, get up.
We will return to the second act of Gunsmoke in just a moment. But first, tomorrow night, Jack Benny and his whole fun-making gang make a personal appearance at the Long Beach, California Veterans Hospital. It's going to be a Christmas they will never forget. Benny and the bunch cut loose as they assist the folks at the hospital in trimming their Christmas tree. Be sure to join the fun tomorrow night on CBS Radio when it's Jack Benny time all across America. Looking for quality entertainment without the high prices and long lines? Then the Riverside Township radio players need to be your New Year's resolution. For 22 years, the players have entertained audiences, bringing old-time radio to life. From comedy to drama, science fiction to Western, the radio players perform a variety of shows from radio's golden age. Make sure you save January 22nd, February 26th, March 26th, April 23rd, and May 21st in your New Year's calendar for radio theater at the Riverside Township Hall. 7:30 is always the start time, and feel free to invite a friend or two. All of the information can be found at riversidetownshipradioplayers.com, or if you're on Twitter, follow at Radio Players for updates. You can even listen to past performances through YouTube by searching Riverside Township Radio Players and subscribing to our channel. Thanks for celebrating 22 years with us, and our sincerest wishes for a safe and joyous holiday season.
Amos Collie sulked his way along the trail for the next while, and then, well, it was almost like he couldn't stand the quiet, or maybe he had the things on his mind. He turned his head.
Go on.
What?
Go on. Tell me some more.
Oh, about Dodge?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Well, you try some more, huh?
Well, they got a little pine tree in the Texas Trail.
A tree?
Yeah, it come down a long way from the north. Kitty Russell, well, she's a hostess in the Texas Trail. Well, she got a lot of ribbon and gewgaws and made it look real nice. Well, that was last Christmas.
Was a star at the top?
A star? Well, yeah, I think so. It looked like a star, I guess. It sure looked pretty. Well, there was a difference in the place that day. Everybody was celebrating and feeling real good. The doors would swing open and somebody'd come in, and maybe it was just somebody you knew to nod at, but because it was Christmas Eve, you'd come right up and say hello. Well, maybe that's a good reason, and maybe not. I don't know. Anyhow, it was kind of early, and Kitty and Chester were standing off looking at the tree.
Evening, Mr. Dillon.
Hi, Matt.
Oh, hi, Kitty, Chester.
Well, how do you like it, Matt? The Christmas tree.
Oh, it's real pretty.
It's the only one, it's only tree, but one in the whole town.
Yeah, well, Kate's got one over at the Elevaganza.
Oh, well, I'll have to see it later. Say, where's Sam?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he started celebrating too soon. Doc's taking over the bar.
Yeah, that's right.
You want a drink, Kitty?
Well, sure.
I'll get you a drink. I'll get the drinks.
Hey, you haven't forgotten anything, have you, Mr. Dillon?
Forgotten? Well, what, Chester?
There, what'd I tell you, Miss Kitty? I knew it's just as sure as my nose that he...
Oh, no, that. No, I haven't forgotten.
Oh, well, I thought as soon as we got Sam sober enough to take care of the customers that we'd go over to Doc's like we planned.
Oh, sure. We'll do that, Chester.
Here you are, Matt.
Oh, thanks, Doc.
Well, still snowing out?
No, it's stopped. Wait, say, where are you going, Kitty?
Oh, I just want to look outside. Oh, real pretty.
A man thinks of a lot of funny things that don't mean much. Kitty standing at the door, sniffing the cold air, and the warmth inside, and the whiskey in me. And it was a good feeling. And then Chester and I decided to take a bottle over to Mr. Hightower. He's the telegraph operator over at the depot. He runs a printing shop on the side.
Hey, Mr. Dillon,
Yeah, Chester?
do you mind if I stop in the church for a minute?
Well, why no? I don't mind.
I just kind of feel right tonight, Mr. Dillon. I figure I ought to thank somebody before I...
Sure. So we stopped by the church. I've never been much of a man for church, I guess, but I went along with Chester. Wasn't anybody else there, just the two of us. I guess we sat for 10 minutes in that place, Chester a little way off with his head bowed. You know, there's a lot of peace in a church. Maybe it's the quiet, or maybe it's the good that people find in there. Well, whatever it is, it made a man feel glad about pretty much everything.
I haven't been in a church since I don't know when.
Oh, is that so?
I heave too. Well, she's becalmed again, mister.
Oh, okay.
Well, she sure wasn't built for it, I'll tell you. You ever see anything like that?
Well, she is kind of old, ain't she?
I've had her going on 8 years, and she hasn't changed a mite. Eats like a pig and looks like a four-legged mizzen mast.
Smoke?
Don't mind if I do. Hey, what about that fella Hightower? Did you get that bottle to him?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I guess it was lonely over in the depot. He was glad for the company. There was a wood fire burning in the stove, but it didn't keep off the cold much.
Well, how are you, gents? Merry Christmas.
Well, how's it going, Mr. Hightower?
Oh, slow, Marshal, slow. A bit of excitement about an hour ago, though.
Well, that's so.
Yeah. The 9 to 5 stopped between here and Hutchinson. Lots of snow back there.
Were they getting her out?
Oh, sure. They're trying, but I'm glad I'm not in on it. It's going to be a real cold night on that train.
Well, it's kind of chilly in here, isn't it, Mr. Hightower?
Any warmer, and I'm going to sleep.
Say, we brought over a bottle of Irish for company.
Well, Jameson's. Well, I declare, I was just thinking about a Todd before you boys came in. Now that's real friendly. Will you have a drink with me?
Well, we sure will.
Well, let's open her up here, eh? Yeah, there's a couple of glasses up there on the shelf. Chester, get them down, will you?
I don't know if you get an idea about the folks in Dodge or not. They're not different from any other people, nor their town either. I guess maybe it's a pretty small place at that. The depot, the hall, a few stores, the church, Doc's office, the Texas Trail, Alafraganza, my office, well, they're not much. But it's where you live, you know?
Sounds all right. I lived in a town once back east. Small. I know what you mean.
Well, maybe you'll be going back.
Maybe. Say, kids, they still believe in St. Nick?
But sure.
Mighty few kids down where I've been. Injun kids. They don't believe in St. Nick.
No reason they should, I guess.
Well, I used to believe in it. Do you know that?
Well, I guess most people did one time or another. Hey, you figure we've come maybe 10 miles?
Maybe.
Well, it's getting dark.
Yeah. Well, come on. You wanna ride in the saddle for a bit?
Oh, no, that's okay.
Well, then, okay.
We rode on, and I thought about last year, about Kitty, Doc, and Chester and me going over to Doc's place after Doc got tired of tending bar at the Texas Trail. It was about 1:45, and we stood around and sang Christmas carols.
The first Noel, the angels did say, was so certain poor shepherds in fields where they lay.
I remember how it sounded that night and how it looked. The glow in the stove in the middle of the room and the frosty windows. Yeah, it was Christmas Eve, all right. Noel, 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 Noel. Born is a King of Israel.
That was fine. That was just fine.
Yes, it was. Hey, what do you say if we...
Oh, shh. Listen.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I feel sentimental. That's exactly what I feel. I feel sentimental.
I know what you mean, Doc. I surely know.
Okay, Doc. Bring 'em out.
And I remember how Doc scuttled over to the bureau and brought out some packages. Well, the presents weren't much, but it didn't matter what they were. And when we'd finished opening them, it was Chester who said what we were all thinking.
I just wanted to say, Miss Kitty, Doc, you, Mr. Dillon, I just wanted to say this is the best doggone Christmas I ever had, and that's all I wanted to say.
Say, you was going to tell me about that fellow, John, who was courting that woman. What was her name?
Oh yeah, Ms. McNish. Well, she said yes, and you've never seen two happier people in your whole life. Yeah, she's Ms. McNish Bumpy now.
Well, that's good.
You know, you might settle for a bit in Dodge. You could get work there.
Sure would be fine if you could get back tonight, wouldn't it?
Well, it can't be helped. I'd be a lot further away and a sight more tired if you hadn't come along.
Yeah? Well, listen, how far you figure it'll be before there's a place where you might pick up a horse?
No, I don't know, 15 miles or so, maybe.
Well, we're not going to make any 15 miles on this nag tonight, that's for sure.
Well, that's all right.
Tell you what, you go on alone, you see...
No, forget it.
No, you go on alone. She can hold out with one man on her, and then you get a fresh horse, and you can ride into Dodge tonight.
Well, thanks, that's very kind, but I don't...
I'm telling you, I want you to go. I'll be fine. I've walked before, probably make it almost as quick as you.
Well, now look, it's real nice of you, Mr. Colley, but no thanks.
Christmas don't mean nothing to me. You got friends waiting for you.
I'll see him tomorrow.
Ah, you're a fool.
Well, that may be.
All of them nice folks, you'll make them feel pretty bad.
Look, I'll stay if you want to go along, but thanks for the ride.
Well, we might as well make camp then.
I guess so.
And listen, you want to tell me some more about what you was telling me before we turn in?
Well, sure.
I take it kindly, mister. Well, get yourself settled. I've got some stuff in my pack we can eat and maybe use to get a fire going. Then after we eat, you can tell me some more.
We made a fire and then shared what we had for supper. He seemed to soften up after that, and we talked for a couple or 3 hours. It was like he was starved for news of people, everyday things, and just plain company. And that's how we spent Christmas Eve together out on the plain. Then, when the fire was dying down and I was about ready for sleep, he said,
Marshal,
"Yeah?"
I want to tell you something. I've been needing to tell it for a long time. Do you mind?
Well, of course I don't mind.
Well, then, I'll tell you. A few years ago, I was skipper of a little schooner that used to sail up and down the East Coast. You know, Boston, New York.
Yeah.
Well, one night, we hit dirty weather off New Jersey, real dirty. Blew us off course and we piled up on the rocks and knocked the bottom out.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, there was 18 passengers aboard, Marshal. 4 of them was kids. We never saw them again. And my own wife and my kid went down too.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, now, something must have happened to me after that. I didn't want nothing to do with ships or the sea, and I started to drift out this way. I couldn't forget, though, do you know? And I didn't want to be near folks, especially kids, to remind me, do you know?
Yeah.
Well, that's how come I've been slewing around ever since.
Sure, I understand.
I just kind of wanted to get it off my chest.
Sure.
Marshal, I'd like to ride into Dodge with you tomorrow. You think I meet some of them folks you was telling me about?
Oh, I don't see why not.
That'd be all right. Maybe I wouldn't need to drift no more. Maybe I could drop anchor, you know?
Yeah, well, you might at that.
Well, yeah, good night.
Good night.
Merry Christmas, Marshal.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Colley.
Gunsmoke, under the direction of Norman Macdonald, stars William Conrad as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal. Tonight's story was specially written for Gunsmoke by Anthony Ellis, with music conducted and composed by Rex Corey. Let's meet our cast of Gunsmoke. Playing Hightower, one of the friendly faces from Dodge, was Tom Duggan. The role of Doc was performed by Brad Zorro. Playing Chester and taking care of all the sounds necessary to make this show come alive was Marty McNulty. The role of Kitty was performed by Donna Amesmeyer. The newly engaged John Bumby was played by the ecstatic Jay Summerfield. Amos, who was looking for a new place to call home and may have found one, was played by Herb Thompson. And the role of Matt Dillon, who found a new appreciation for his hometown at Christmas, was Jacob Polka. And serving as your CBS announcer, I am Kathy Juarez. Before John concludes our presentation, I would like to call up January's director, Jay Summerfield, to tell us about our show next month.
Well, hi. Back off the planes, back in town, ready to celebrate the holidays. And this concludes the year 2020. Thank goodness. Next year, starting in January, assuming we're still going strong here at RTRP, we have 2 shows for you. One of them is Dragnet, which of course, as you know, is a crime show, but it has some pretty clever dialogue in it. There's some laughs involved as well. And then a Jack Benny program called Captain Horatio Hornblower. And of course, that definitely has laughs in it. So we hope to see you back here next month. Whether we're virtual or whether we're actually here, we don't know yet, but have a happy holiday. John?
Just a little bit of thanks to go around for not only this month's show, but our shows throughout the entire year. First of all, to Marty McNulty, not only for his ability to create incredible sound, but to also keep up our website and get publicity out to promote these shows. Marty, thank you. Also, thanks to Andre Dixon, who is making these shows in some ways possible by getting them up on YouTube and allowing our audience to be able to see them in this crazy time. So thank you, Andre, for all that. And of course, we have to thank Ellie Babka for all she does to keep this group going, and for all of the behind-the-scenes work that you'll never know that allows this to keep happening. Ellie, thank you. Otherwise, we hope to see you in May. We do miss you. We hope this is the only Christmas show that we will do just straight to YouTube and without an audience. But we do hope that you have a safe and joyous holiday season. And we hope to see you, if not in January, sometime very soon. So happy holidays, and we'll see you in 2021. Thank you.